Daniel Weichel, you're on the line with Steve Jewin of MMA Mania.
Hey, Daniel, how's it going today?
Hey, what's up?
Not much over here.
Thanks, I'm good. How are you, Steve?
I'm really good, and thanks for the time today. I appreciate it. Congratulations on this title shot coming up in St. Louis. How's the camp going for the fight?
Thanks. The camp is going great. I feel in the best shape of my life right now. I think I feel like I could just fight this weekend, but yeah, I will work 1 week more, and then I will get this done.
So you're coming in on a 7-fight win streak. You won the Bellator Season 10 featherweight tournament, and now you're facing the champion, Patricio Pitbull Freire. So what do you make of Freire in this contest, and how are you going to handle him inside the cage?
Patricio is a very explosive fighter. He's short, and yeah, he's definitely one of the best featherweights in the world, but so am I, and I trained very hard with my team, and I think we put the right game plan together to use my reach perfectly on that fight, but not only the reach, but everything, the wrestling, the ground. And like I said, I feel very comfortable putting all things together and taking that belt with me.
You mentioned being one of the best featherweights in the world, and I absolutely have to give you that, but I think before Bellator, some people might have been sleeping on you. You've been around since 2002, but you're reaching a whole new level of exposure right now in Bellator. So do you think people have been sleeping on you for too long?
No, not really. I mean, I definitely changed a lot in the last 2 years. I changed my complete style, my striking style, and definitely it also I also have to dedicate that to my striking coach, Muhammad Wali. He worked so hard with me, and that made me kind of a more complete MMA fighter, and that was the reason why I could win the tournament also and beat a world-class fighter like Pat Curran. So I think now I made the progress to be a complete MMA fighter. I have now all tools to be one of the best in the world, and yeah, I think now everything comes together and is on the right spot.
Like you said, it has come together. You put together this amazing run so far in Bellator, but it also seems to me that your striking, as much as it's improved, is also being used to set up the submissions, because you got submissions over and over again in this last run of 7 fights, and you've got 21 wins by submission, so it seems like that's your bread and butter.
Yeah, it definitely works very good together. Like the striking makes the entrance for the submissions, and I think out of my experience from jiu-jitsu, I have the right instinct when I see the opening for a submission to go for it, and yeah, I feel very comfortable with putting these things together.
Well, it'd be very historic if you did get a submission of Freire, because he has never been tapped out in his entire career. 25 fights, no submissions. So what do you see are the chances of that happening on June 19th?
Every time I step in the cage, I will go for the finish. I will look for the finish. I consider myself as a smart fighter. Definitely against a fighter like Patricio, I won't rush in. I will be patient, I will be focused, I will concentrate it, but when I see the opening, I will take it no matter where it is. If it's standing on the ground, I will go for it.
Absolutely. And this isn't your first title fight either. You've fought and won the M1 Global Lightweight Championship, so you've already achieved that in a whole different weight class. Is featherweight more of a challenging cut for you, or do you feel comfortable with coming down to 145?
145 is my division. I feel faster, I feel better conditioned. I just feel, a better fighter. It's when I come down with the weight, I feel everything goes more smooth, and I just feel more comfortable. I have less pain, body pain, and I feel very comfortable at the 145 division. I think it was the best thing I've ever did to change that weight class.
So actually what you're saying then is 155 was too heavy. It wasn't a good fit for you body-wise or strength-wise or cardio-wise then?
Not really too heavy, but I just feel more comfortable at 145. I feel I get more out of it. I think I feel my muscle power is almost the same like it was in the lightweight division, but I have more weight, more power, more explosion on it.
I understand. So when you're getting ready for the fight and you haven't made your cut yet, what do you walk around at before you get ready to make that final push?
When I'm Not in training camp. I'm around 20 pounds over.
That seems like a reasonable amount to cut. You've obviously never had any problems making the weight in Bellator, so clearly that's not something where you're getting close to the weigh-in day and you're not going to be able to make it. Everything should be good to go by June 18th.
Definitely.
All right.
Definitely. It feel great. I just can't wait to fly over to sunny St. Louis and do my thing.
Have you ever been to St. Louis before, or will this be your first trip there?
This is my first trip to St. Louis.
I know you'll be busy with the fights, but are you going to go see the St. Louis Arch or get in any sightseeing after the fight's over?
I think we will have a little bit before the fight, just walking around, do some shopping, or just for a couple of hours. We always do that, and it kind of relaxes me for the fight or the weight cut. It makes it a little bit easier to cut the weight when I'm walking around for a little bit, see different things about different stuff. Yeah.
That's a good segue, actually, because I was going to ask how you relax, because obviously you're so intense when you're training and getting ready for a fight, let alone for a title shot, that what does Daniel Weichel do to unwind when he's not getting ready for a fight?
I enjoy real time with my family, with my girlfriend, my friends. We're hanging around. I have barbecue at my parents' house. I love to do that. Or we go out in the city, hang out. We do some fun, whatever, laser tag, paintball, whatever's fun, we jump on it.
Well, that sounds pretty good, especially at the barbecue, because
Yeah, unfortunately we have no beach here in Frankfurt, so we have to find different stuff to enjoy.
Well, there's not much beach in the Midwest either. It's like you're going to have to find a man-made beach if you go to one in St. Louis. But the barbecue is definitely all over the Midwest. St. Louis, Kansas City, anywhere you go in the Midwest, you can find plenty of good barbecue, which has to be tough when you're trying to make weight because you can't eat a lot of that.
Yeah, definitely. So better to stay a couple days after that.
Yeah, so enjoy it after the fight, and hopefully that's going to be a big win for you. But back to the fight itself. With Frary, you said he's very short, very powerful. What's the secret to countering that power? Not trying to get you to give away fight strategy, but I'm sure you've got some way to neutralize that aspect of his game.
I have to keep my footwork going. I have to stay constantly moving and just keep the focus on the target, and then there's nothing he can do to me.
I'm sure defense is a huge part of that as well, not just the footwork, but you've got to be able to stuff him when he tries to come in for a takedown and look for a submission. You've got to be ready and prepared to block him as he's coming in.
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, that's what we're working on, like using the reach rightly with everything I have, and keep cutting ankles and don't standing in front of him.
Is there any one fight of his that you've looked at while you've been scouting your opponent and thought, this is the key, this is the fight I can figure him out from?
I don't know. I have nothing specific on my mind.
Well, it's hard to draw a lot of specifics because he's only lost twice, so there's not a whole lot of pointers out there. But even in his victories, you can probably find little things.
Yeah. I saw. I watched almost the last 7 fights. I watched back and forth, and I found in every fight you see, when you watch it from the outside, you see holes in the game of any fighter. So I try to put it all together and find the best opening for myself.
So basically, there might be some little tells that he gives before he shoots or before he strikes, but you can't tell us what his tells are, but you know that they're there.
Yeah, they are there, definitely.
All right, well.
I will find them.
You will get your chance to find them on June 19th at the Scott Trade Center in St. Louis, Missouri. But before we wrap it up
Absolutely.
Today, I know you want to be able to thank your sponsors, teammates, and throw out social media plugs, anything else you want to promote.
First of all, I want to thank all the MMA fans. I want everybody to tune in on June 19th. And yeah, of course, I want to thank all my team here, MMA Spirit in Frankfurt, and my sponsors, Olymp Nutrition and Fight Nature. Thanks for the support, and I do you the payback on June 19th.
And it's going to be a great fight, so don't just tune in on Spike TV. If you live within driving distance of St. Louis, come and see Daniel Weichel challenge for the featherweight title. He's going after Patricio Pitbull Ferrari for that gold belt. So we're looking forward to a Weichel. I'm going to be there on June 19th, and I expect it to be a fantastic fight.
Thanks a lot.
All right, thanks.
And, see you there. It will be great.
Yeah, it will be a great fight, and thanks for the time today. And CJ, thanks for setting up the call.